Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Divyanshi and welcome to another brand new video. And I know you can see my mehendi here, and the reason why I have this is I was really bored and I applied it, but then I realized it's the time I need to film my video. So I was like, let it be. I don't use my hand that often, and I mean, I do, but like you guys can ignore it and it doesn't look that bad, so it's fine. Okay, so moving on to today's topic. Today I am really excited because I'm gonna be sharing my 10th journey and some experiences and some tips and tricks for all of my juniors out there. So, starting off with a very important thing that I wanted to tell my juniors is to not buy any reference book, sample papers or question bank. Now you'll be in shock. You'll be like, Divyanshi, what are you saying? We were waiting for our entire life to come in 10th grade so that we can buy new books. And we can feel like a senior student. And trust me, I'm sorry to break it to you, but all of that is just a waste of money. And I really want you guys to understand what I'm saying right now. That when you buy those things, you are actually just investing your money into something that is not at all required. Because see, when you will give your board exams, you will realize that the core of cbse 10th is just NCERT and everything revolves around NCERT. So if you want to put some extra efforts, then I will tell you to read NCERT 10 times. But do not buy a reference book or anything like that, because reference book and big brands, they just analyze the entire syllabus of CBSE and the entire curriculum, and they publish things by getting motivated from the things that are already published by CBSE, and they act like, oh my god, this is such an original content, you guys should definitely buy it will definitely help you. But it will not. Because I had so many sample papers from EduCart and I felt like they were not at all relevant, especially for maths. The level of questions asked in CBSE is here, and I think difficult questions were also asked in the year of 2017, 16, 15. But after that, CBSE I think became a bit liberal with students in maths and in all the subjects actually. But still, if you want to go a bit far from NCERT book, like the main textbook, then I'll suggest you to solve exemplar, and that is enough. No need to buy any sample paper. And if you want to practice like a 3-hour proper practice session, then you can solve the official papers. What I did, my friends made sample papers for me and I solved it. And that was way more helpful. See, how is it helpful? Because when my friend was making the paper, he was already analyzing the questions and it was like a practice for him also. While I was solving it, it was a practice for me. So it's like a dual benefit. But when you buy it, first of all, it comes at like a not so affordable price, since NCERT books are really affordable, and then those reference books and the question banks are too much.
Here you can see the comparison. All the book for NCERT costs only $790 and offline it's even less. But EduCart's single sample paper is more than $200. So here's a rough calculation that I made by multiplying 300 5 times. By this, I was trying to show you guys that if you buy 5 books, that will cost you $1,500. And I also did it with 250 so that you guys will have a clear understanding on how price matters. So let me give a small review about this mathematics standard sample papers from EduCart. So when you open the page, you'll see and you'll feel as if they're giving you 16 sample paper. But when you actually observe it, you'll understand that these are just sample papers from CBSE and official sample papers, okay? And then this section comes where they give you their own sample paper. So they're charging you that much for only this. And not even a single question from this is relevant. And if you find anything relevant, then it means it is either from NCERT or it has come once in the paper, like it's a PYQ. Or it is a question from NCERT exemplar.
So yeah, that's why I'm suggesting you to not fall into the Maya jal of the brands telling you to buy reference book or their sample papers. Especially for sample papers, do not buy it. Like if you buy question banks, then it's okay, because see, question banks are what? They're just previous year question compiled at a place with a brand name saying that they have their latest competency, latest predicted guessed question, but not even a single question comes from that. Period. If you will say that no, some question comes, those some questions are only PYQs, and PYQs only get repeated. So if you want to solve PYQs, then you can get it from official website also. But if you are really willing to, spend some of your money on another book, then you can buy the previous 10-year question of Oswal Gurukul or anywhere actually. Just everything compiled at a place, so it will be more handy for you to go through all the questions. That was like a good investment that I made. I have that book, but still, this is my second advice to you, is to not completely get dependent on something or someone. Like the book says that the star mark things are out of syllabus, but it literally had so many questions that were marked star, but it was there in 2024's board exam. That's like not a well researched book. Me and my friend matched the 2023 book also, like the 2023 Oswal Gurukul's previous 10-year questions, and then 2024 also, and we saw that there was no changes. There were no changes in the questions. Like the questions that were out of syllabus in 2023 was also out of syllabus in 2024, but in reality those chapters were there. So, like, you guys understand me, right? So do not completely or blindly believe something. Do your well research. My third advice to you will be to read your syllabus, to understand your syllabus well before you start your session, because it's really important. Next thing that I wanted to tell you, if CBSE says, like in its syllabus, that only simple questions will come, then please do not expect anything too extraordinary. Literally very simple question, just borrowed from your NCERT book, will be pasted in your exam. And do not keep very high expectations from CBSE. They love you all, like especially 10th graders. They're like, oh, bagua. But yeah, it's important to study. Like, do not completely believe ki haan bhai, easy questions aayega. No, conceptual question also comes. So it's very important to clear your concepts since day one. But like, if you want to really start practicing, then I will suggest you to do it 1 to 2 months before your boards are arriving. Also, like, we students don't get the kickstart until our exams arrive. So I'll suggest you to, build your concept since day one. But when you really go into the practicing phase, like 30 questions a day or like 50 questions a day, whatever your aim will be, then you should start it 2 months before your boards, start coming up. Next thing, that do not trust your school for your syllabus completion. Please keep your priority to complete your syllabus as soon as possible. Because schools, literally in my school, there were so many chapters that were left, and they just finished it in one day. And I was absent that day. So, like, you can imagine, they do not love you, they do not care for you. So you have to, be your own guide and mentor, and you need to complete your syllabus as soon as you can. Yes, now the most important thing that I want to tell you, everything is the most important only, but like, okay, is offline better or online better? Okay, this is very controversial thing, but for me, I will always prefer online over offline, because see, offline does not have the quality which online is offering. Online, you have teachers who are literally extraordinary, and in offline you barely get any good teachers. You know what I mean? Teachers of schools are like, padhai 30% and other things 100. 70% random shits and 30% studies. Like, school is a place where you learn so much, guys, so much, except studies. Okay, so one more advice that I want to give you guys is, if you don't want to solve the entire NCERT exemplar, then I think you are doing something wrong, because you should solve it. Like, literally, at least once you should solve it entirely, so that you will get free from the burden, because everyone will tell you to solve exemplar once. But even if you don't want to solve it, then I'll suggest you to solve the objectives at least, because MCQs mostly comes from exemplar only, like 3 to 4 directly from it. And at last, I want to tell you to increase your sitting capacity in grade 10th, because I did that and I think that will help me a lot in my 11th grade. And 11th grade is really different from 10th, let me tell you, because that's what everyone says and I believe it, because everything changes. You are not treated like a baby anymore. You suddenly become an adult. So yeah, you need to increase your sitting capacity so that you can attend 5 hour lectures in one go. Education is the only thing that can, enhance your livelihood. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you liked it, then make sure to give it a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel.
Now, some of y'all will say that Divyanshi, you were praising NCERT so much, but we do not understand anything that's written in NCERT. Like, the things are so hard to comprehend. So, guys, for that, you need to enhance your reading skills. And suppose even after all of that you are not able to read it, then I'll suggest you to watch videos where they explain you everything, like line by line NCERT, and I'm gonna be making a separate video about it. So yeah, stay tuned where I'll tell you which teachers I choose for what subject and everything.
Also share this video, because sharing is caring and you should do that. Bye.